Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and today we'll continue our journey through Rohan. So on the last episode we finished all the content in the East Wall. Now we're gonna talk to Mansik and see what he has to tell us.
Some of my men are returning to the Wold. You are welcome to go with them.
The four of you will need war steeds if you are to have any hope of making good time on the plains of Rohan. Some of my men are returning to the Wold. You are welcome to go with them if you like. Help my people at Langhold and Harwick and you can have the war steeds you need. So, you might remember, or let me refresh your memory rather, on the last episode after investigating Port Galen, we realized the orcs are fleeing through the plains of Rohan. There are members of the Company of the Ring following the orcs. And since we need to make up for all this lost time, we will need to get war steeds of our own, so the epic now will take us to the Wold.
If we are to cross the plains of Rohan with any speed, we will need war steeds of our own.
It will automatically bring you to the Wold so that you can resume the quests, or rather take the quests necessary to get your war steed. So we have a new deed. You look around on Langhold and wonder when you will next see Hestil and her friends. Okay. Let me double check what else completed Hestil's suggestion. So we have a new deed in here. Cities of East Rohan. There are a lot, but we will discover them all on our way here. But before finishing this, let us take another look at the Rohan Awaits quest. So once again, you get this letter when you hit level 74, I think it was. And the letter says this: Beriathan, I write this letter in haste, for many great tasks are at hand, and I have been long away. I am making for Rohan this very moment, and you should ride there with all the speed you can muster. I cannot see the future, but I know you will be sorely needed in that land before the end. If you befriend the horse lords there, they will likely gift you with one of their own great steeds. You will need a new steed, you see. War is coming. Deep. So, at the time we got this letter, it's not possible for you to know who exactly is it coming from, but it, as you can see after doing the epic, it's coming from Gandalf, who wants you to go to Rohan, and that's what we have done. But we need to talk to a Rohirrim, which is located on a bridge. The bridge that connects the Wold to the Great River. So one thing, you had two options of coming into Rohan, one of which is riding south from the Great River from Stangard until you cross the bridge we're about to see, and talking with this Rohirrim, who will in turn send you to Langhold. Or you can do the epic quest first and do all the things in the East Wall, and you will eventually be sent to Langhold as well. So, in the end, you end up doing both, especially if you wanna complete as much content as you can. So once again, it's a matter of what you prefer. If you do the epic first, as we have done, then you are sent here and you do everything in the Wold and you come south to the rest of Rohan. If you do this first and get your war steed and then go to the East Wall, then you go west into Rohan. But in the end, both paths converge in the Norcross. We still have plenty of things to do in the Wold before heading to the Norcross, but well, that's where we're headed. A short-term objective, if you will. So this is a bridge right next to Ostcelebrand, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So this is the Rohirrim we need to talk to.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Rohan? Yes, you have come to the northern border of the Wold. The town of Langhold is not far, if it is hospitality you seek. I am from there, but I am on an errand to Stangard now. Just head south along the road. You will not miss Langhold, where Uthred is Thane. Yeah, you have crossed into Rohan at last. Let us go there. music in here is so good as well. So that theme is the main theme of Rohan, and you will come across that theme in many other situations where it is re-elaborated. It has different instrumentation, different intensity and all. And yeah, this is the theme that will mark most of your experience to Rohan. But as surprising as that might sound, I hadn't realized how much this theme reappears on other songs until very recently, relatively recently, a couple of years, no more than that. Which is, I would say, a testament to how versatile the soundtrack in Rohan is, since I wasn't able to recognize this at first. These are the two guards in Langhold we need to talk to. Atnath first.
You have need of war steeds. Perhaps I can help you.
Welcome to the Wold, Beriathan. You have need of war steeds. Perhaps I can help you. Okay.
You will need war steeds for yourself and your companions.
We face difficult times not just in Langhold, but throughout all of the Wold as well. The Odin King has left those of us in the Wold without much support. I do not blame him. Rumor tells of great armies marshalling in the west, and we are spread too thin over to wide an area. If you desire to travel across the kingdom of Rohan, you will need war steeds for yourself and your companions. There are two things you will need to accomplish in order to obtain the privilege of such steeds. First, help in the support of Langhold. Once this city has been made safe, travel south along the road to Harwick and you will be instructed in the skills necessary to safely and swiftly ride a war steed. Oh yeah. That's chapter 8 of volume 3. Great.
What brings you to these lands?
You have come to the gate of Langhold, traveler. State your business, please. What brings you to our door? Okay. We have the deed. Rohan awaits. Complete all of Langhold's quest. I hear rumors of brigands in this part.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Brigands are ever a plague upon the Wold, pillaging the farmlands and harassing travelers upon the roads. We banish them across the river whenever they dare to rise up, but they always return ere long. We have driven them back lately, so it will be long before they dare to bother us again. They are not through threat against the might of the Rohirrim, so worry not. You are safe here in Langhold. And well, what about Easterlings?
What brings you to these lands?
Easterlings are ever the true threat in the world, for they cross the river from their heartlands to the east. The south and deep is our most vulnerable point. We have built 4 watchtowers to keep our eyes along the river. They are ready to fly to Langhold with a call for reinforcements at a moment's notice. But we send a rider to patrol the towers once a week, regardless.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
We have had word from our kindred in the Great River of a heroic traveler who passed through Stangard. I can see that you are the same man of whom such praise was spoken. The Thane of Langhold would receive you in the Mid Hall without delay. This part of the world welcomes guests with open arms, but enemies of the Mark beware. It is my duty to warn you thus. Well, I'm a friend of the Mark. I don't have any ill intentions towards the Rohirrim nor their people, so don't you worry on my account. This is Thane Utred. Okay. What can you tell me about Langhold?
Welcome, my friend.
Langhold is a watchful city holding the north border of eastern Rohan against any and all enemies that would strike us from the Great River. We protect many farms and also keep vigilant watch upon the Great River from our many defense outposts.
Welcome and well met, my
Okay,
friend.
and the banter about Easterlings and brigands we already know.
Welcome, my friend.
Ah, the famous wandering Warden. Your reputation precedes you, Beriathan. I bid you welcome to Langhold. I am sure you will find plenty to keep you busy here, for we are often beset by ruffians and wild creatures.
Hail, friend. May I have a moment of your time?
My wife, Cíllan, has a better temperament for welcoming guests to Langhold than I. I would sooner bid you to go find your own food, but my dear wife upholds the customs of Rohan. He has grace, despite agreeing to tolerate my bad behavior for so many long years. Cíllan will give you the welcome you deserve as an honored guest in our city, Beriathan. You seem more traditional than your husband?
What brings you to these lands?
My parents taught me to value kind friends and guests, for my father survived a deadly encounter with foes thanks to the kindness of a tall stranger passing by. A ranger who did not look trustworthy but proved himself otherwise. The old customs are important to me. Friends of our city should be hailed as such, for it is important to mark friends from enemies. Alright, so what can you tell me about this mysterious ranger? Do I look anything like him? Maybe? What do you say? So yeah, she's talking about Aragorn and his time spent in Rohan, something that is mentioned briefly in the appendices of Lord of the Rings, Appendix A. But I'm not sure, right now I don't remember exactly what name did Aragorn use when he was in Rohan. When he went to Gondor, he was known as Thorongil, but I don't remember if he used the same name in Rohan or not. Do you think Langhold is safe from enemies?
Our mission is dire.
I am a cautious woman. It is my nature. I prefer to see the signs for myself and not trust to hope. Sometimes I go about my days without fear. Other times I sense threat. But thus far, Uhtred has kept our city safe from brigands and Easterlings.
Our mission is dire.
Ah, the traveler from Stangard. You must be weary from your long road. Do not mind my husband. He is an unceremonious man, but he is a good Thane, and still strong. Come, let us drink together and share a meal. This custom is a pledge of honor from us that you will be safe from all harm in Langhold. It is a pledge on your part also. While here, you must respect our ways and cause no harm, and stir no trouble. Will you perform this gesture of goodwill? Alright, yes, of course. It is an honor to share your meat and to share your food. But here's to you, my lady. Thank you for your hospitality. I bid you welcome, friend of Langhold. Thank you very much.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
You have my wife's approval, eh? Do you? Good, good. She is a gentle soul and she loves the old customs. I suppose there is no harm in them, especially if they make our guests behave themselves while they stay here. Now you're free to roam about and do as you please. Do not let me keep you. Okay. Yeah, I will go about my business, but yeah, a picture of Uhtred and Cíllan, Thanes of Langhold. Thank you for your warm welcome, of course. For the weary traveler, it is the highest honor to get some food on a table. So finally, here we have Forgemaster.
Greetings, friend of the
We can identify the spear, but we can also reforge all these items that we got here. God, but all these legacies I'm getting here, they are really not that good. Well, this one is a good one, finally. But those are upgrades to it.
2 things must you accomplish to acquire the war steeds you seek.
Yes, you already told me that, Atnat. Your point is clear, but right now I'm not sure where to go. Where will I find a task, or any task actually, for me in here? Let us get the milestone first of all. Bald. Okay, interesting.
What brings you to these lands?
Ah, the traveler from the Western lands. Welcome. I am a city guardsman, but I am a little busy at the moment. I can see that. Out of combat, run speed, vitality, and critical defense. Let us take. Oh, you're gonna give me all. Well, thank you in that case.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
The salamanders are breeding more and more of late, and their eggs are hatching in greater numbers. More salamanders we get, yet more salamanders. If you get a chance, burn their bile nests, but be careful. They guard their eggs viciously. Wither engineer.
Success depends
Will
upon
you
your
look
strength.
at this mess? A salamander here, right at the gate. These bile serpents grow bolder and bolder of late. Soon they will be crawling into our homes at night and biting us in our sleep. There is a nest not far south of Langhold. I suspect you'll find it teeming with these pests. If you got in their numbers, there will be a good reward in it for you. You carry quite the reputation of being a skilled warrior, Beriathan. And in that, you are right. And, well, I don't think salamanders are gonna be any issue at all. If not, you can ask Humphrey. Oh my god, I don't remember his last name. Do you remember that guy in Evendim that had the island, that managed to get an island full with salamanders? And yeah, he screwed up pretty badly. We righted that wrong for him. So yeah, I'm not afraid of salamanders in the world. Venom Tongue. What do we have here? Upon wandering into the den of salamanders in the northern world, a great fear has come over you. Something terrible lurks here. So, first of all, we have some new deeds. Dragonkind, Slayer of the Eastmund, and Ruins, Tombs, and Monuments of the Eastmund. There you have it. And you also see here the very first remote quest that was introduced to the game. You sense a terrible presence nearby, old, evil, with all its ill will bent upon you. The Rohan was the expansion in which a remote questing was introduced. A feature that I, for one, think is very welcome, with some limits. I don't think having this quest be auto-accepted is the best way to go. You get your... you get your quest tracker full. You might not realize what kind of quests you're getting if you don't pay too much attention to the tracker, but most of all, some of those quests that you have auto-bestowed on you have some really interesting stories. Some of them are your run-of-the-mill, kill eggs, gather eggs, but some others are really interesting, so I don't want to miss anything this game has to offer, so that's why I don't agree with auto-accepting quests. But this is a nice feature because it lets you progress through quest lines more seamlessly. Before you, Warband Cinder. Okay. The Warband leader Cinder and its minions have been terrorizing the people of the Wold and must be dealt with, and that is a salamander. So, before this feature was introduced, you most likely had to complete a quest, go back to the quest giver, get the next stage of the quest line, and return to where you were, but a remote auto-bestowed quest streamline that process and make it more smooth, and that's what I like. Here we also have warbands, another feature introduced in East Rohan. That, well, may not be as prominent in later areas, but I think they are really fun. Cinder has terrorized the swamps of the Wold for too long, and you brought it to an end. The people of Rohan appreciate your efforts. Is it Cinder or Kinder? I'm not sure. We have a new deed, Quest of the Wold. I'm not sure if there is a deed for defeating all the warbands in East Rohan. Maybe there's not. Maybe that was introduced in other areas. But yeah, there are places, there are zones in which you will get a deed completion after defeating all the warbands in there. Seems East Rohan is not it though. We need to complete 55 quests in the Wold. Yeah, the quest deeds in the East and West Rohan are like this. Complete 50, 40 quests in the area. So that basically requires you to complete them all before moving on. So I think East Rohan and West Rohan are not areas designed for you to speed run. They actually want you to take your time in here. But of course, if you're running an alt and just want to level up and get to endgame, I can see why some people might find these areas in Rohan to be a little bit tedious. And yeah, they not lend themselves too well to that kind of play style. Okay, we have defeated Venom Tongue. You have defeated one of the most vicious salamanders in the world, Old Venom Tongue of the Sitting Mire. Okay, with this out of the way, we can return to Langhold and let Higbald know we have dealt with the salamander threat in here. So let us do that. So back to the quest flow in Rohan. I recently did take my captain through it. And Rohan is a hard area for alts. Especially for melee classes, mounted combat. Mounted combat on the captain was very challenging, and it's one of the reasons why it took me so long to get him through East Rohan. I don't remember exactly when was the first time I started Rohan with my captain, but I just finished it at the start of this year. Finished the Helm's Deep. So that gets you an idea of how long it really took me. But after completing Helm's Deep with my captain, now that I am in Gondor, actually questing in Gondor, I'm starting to enjoy my captain a whole lot more.
Our mission is dire.
That should slow the beasts down. It seemed like there was to be no end to them, and they grew bold as brass. Vicious creatures, are they not? I am glad you came back safe, and more glad you came back victorious. You are quite brave, good man.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Beriathan, I am glad to see you back. It looks like you have disposed of a great many of their number, and for that you have the gratitude of Langhold. We are always glad for extra hands, or swords, bows, and the like.
Hail, friend. Will you speak with me?
Wow, you braved the salamander then? That is the most amazing thing I have ever seen a warrior do. If you fought salamanders, you might be hardy enough to fight brigands. It is very dangerous though. If you want to try, you should talk to Hiburga. Okay, we will look for her. This will be, if I remember correctly, playing with the children of town. So there are a couple times in which you come across the children and you play with them. A nice change of pace, if you ask me, and something that helps the towns feel more livable, as they are not filled only with adults, but with children as well. Coming back to the Rohan leveling experience, I hope it's not gonna be as challenging as a warden. Mounted combat and the overall quest flow with the warden, as I remember it, is more forgiving than with captains. So very excited to be doing Rohan right now with Beriathan. Let us go. So you are the daughter of the Thane.
I'm not afraid of you.
Yes, I am Heburga, daughter of Uhtred. Someday I will be Thane after my father, and my little brother Eastmund will be Thane if I should die. I am going to be a great warrior like my father. I am almost strong enough to wield a sword and shield. What do you do for fun around
What
here?
brings you to these lands?
We do very serious training to become great Rohirrim warriors. This involves bashing brigands and the like until they fly through the air. It is great fun, but serious, of course. Adorable. I don't think they will agree with us. Aren't you afraid of enemies?
I'm not afraid of you.
Goodness, no. I am not afraid of anything. I am from Rohan after all. I do believe you.
I am not supposed to speak with strangers.
Hey, you are that stranger, right? I am not afraid of you. I am the daughter of the Thane, and someday I might be in charge, so I am very brave. Did you really kill off those salamanders and wander right into their den to burn the nests? Even our bravest warriors don't dare to go there. You might be courageous enough to survive our Brigand-bashing game. We'll go easy on you. Come on, let's play. Are you ready to play some Brigand-bashing? We'll try not to hurt you much. They are adorable indeed.
The fearless children of Langhold have invited you to join them in a game of brigand-bashing, in which they reenact the deeds of their fathers and foes.
Okay, so a picture of the children as well. Yeah, why not? Of Heburga and her friends. Have you ever played a game of brigand-bashing? It's easy. This time you get to be the warrior of Rohan and we are the brigands. You have to catch us, but I bet you're not fast enough. Take this bat. We made it ourselves for the game. It's made of leather, bound in cloth, so it won't hurt us. Not that you could catch us, anyhow. I love that animation, and yeah, seeing the children fly around, it's kind of funny. As they say, this bat is bound in leather, so we're not hurting anyone. But come on, it's so fun seeing them fly by. But the issue in here is I'm not sure if you can like get this skill on your quick slot and make it easier. Oh yeah, we can, thank God. We're gonna do this momentarily, because now what we can do is just, that's it. You can press F10. My bad, that was not F10. You can press F10 to select an NPC, a target, and if you have this on a quick slot, then you can complete this quest on a keyboard. This makes things easier, a whole lot easier. Oh, come on. That's not F10 once again. Jesus. There we have it. So we can return our quick thrusting here. No fair, you're too strong. This time you have to play the Brigand and we will be the great riders of Rohan. We are coming for you. Watch yourself, vile ruffian. A rider approaches. Okay, you there, Beriathan? grieves me to interrupt such serious business, but there are urgent matters to discuss. Okay.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Adults in this town, do not waste time with child games, Beriathan. If you wish to face brigands, it appears a small band of them have returned from exile to harass a local farm. Instead of playing with our idle children, you could perhaps prove yourself useful by dealing with real enemies, eh? Enough games. Come, let us get back into town. So, where is Dala? Let us go talk to him and deal with these brigands.
What brings you to these lands?
It would seem that trouble has arisen on the northern borders. You have a hero's reputation, yet you seem to have too much free time. If you are playing at Brigand-bashing with the children of Langhold.
Rohirrim will need your aid.
I see that you have some skill at fighting child brigands. How would you like to try your hand at the real thing, eh, stranger? Why play at fighting when there are real enemies to be cowed? Brigands have raided a farm to the west of here, and the poor farmer has lost everything. If you want to be useful as your reputation beats, you should go and deal with the team of bandits who did this. It is, but chill out, man. As a matter of fact, yes, it seems I do have a lot of free time, but don't worry, I'm gonna help the farmers as well. Here I am. Tunbert.
Will find aid in time.
Someone to help me. I am glad the City Watch sent a strong-looking Warden to aid me. The brigands came just before dawn and ransacked my farm and beat me. There were only 4, maybe 5 of them that did the dirty work. Brigands would not dare return to the northern Wold in any great number, so long as Utred is Thane. I did not make out what they ran. I did not make out which way they ran. Perhaps southwest? Okay, so find the brigand camp to the southwest. I'm not sure if it's that opening in there. I mean, I remember exactly what this quest is about. Or maybe not exactly, but close enough. I'm not sure about the location, but yeah, it was not it. It's actually over here. Eastmund's lair, enemies of the Rohirrim, and we have a new quest. You're unnerved by the sight of so many foes near Langhold. The brigands in the northern world seems overly confident despite their recent banishment by Uhtred and the riders of Langhold. A farm near Langhold has been robbed, and the brigands are too many and too near for your liking. Okay, so these are the enemy outposts that we need to find. Well, something else that I also enjoy about this remote quest is that it gives you your character a more of an initiative of its own. Instead of waiting for someone to tell you to explore, to fight, to defeat the enemies, you are doing that as you see fit. So I do enjoy the feature. Okay, this is another quest? Ah no, this is part of what we have. Free cattle, collect stolen coins from brigands, and stolen grain. So I basically recover what they took from the farmers. There you go. Oh. Lots of cuddling here. Jeez! Kill lag, huh? Oh my god, that counts only as one? Ah no. That's... We've completed. We only needed three. To free three cows. I for a moment believed we needed 6. Yeah, I was having a Gimli flashback. Like, that still only counts as 1. But no, that was not it. Oh, Christ. Okay, we have recovered all the stolen goods. There is a cache in here. And we need to confront the leader of the brigands. So let us go and look for him. Okay, so it seems he is inside this cave over here. Eastmund. Oh, okay.
What do you need?
We have every right to be here. Do you think you can just harass my folks, stranger, because some power-crazed Thane told you to? I will stand up for my folk. Well, I will stand up for the people of Rohan too. Fine, you win, I yield. Please take a message to the Thane. We wish to have our grievances heard. Okay. Ah, this is the message. To the Thane of Langhold, the free men of the Wold have a message for you. Run, abandon your city. You have been duly warned. We were exiled unjustly by your decree, but we will abide your ruling no longer. The free men of the Wold do not heed any Thane, reeve, or king. You have been warned. Scholar, light bridle of the Third Age. Yeah, let us take that. So the Scholar's Scroll Case. We already know this recipe. This box we got from the Warband, 30 marks. Okay, good enough. What do we need? Active only while on a worsted and requires worsted riding. Okay. And that means we will need to free up a legendary item slot for bridle before we finish all this. Where is our Boar Slayer did? A hidden did, if I remember it correctly. So just in case, defeating a 4 in the Eastmund. To check that off, we have the Beast Slayer in the Eastmund. Pretty self-explanatory. Back to Tunbert in his farm. Bring him the stolen grain we recovered.
Our hope lies in strength. but
My
the
goods!
servants of The enemy are
The cattle wander back on their own, and I've tucked them away in the barn, and now they lost money and grain. I do not know how to thank you, Beriathan. Thank goodness you came to Langhold when you did.
Our mission is dire.
A huge encampment of brigands, you say? This was no ordinary night raid then. Thank you for taking such a great risk in venturing into the fray, Beriathan. I am sorry I chided you earlier and made light your courage. I think we must tell Thane Utred of this threat at once. Yeah, don't worry, I'm going. I have a message I'm sure that Thane will love to hear. Yeah, let us see what he has to say about it.
Welcome, my friend.
Utred reads the letter with a scowl. Fool Eastmund, he dares offer me terms of peace if I give up Langhold and the northern wall to his brigands' camp. I will not send my folk away, and I will rally my riders and deal with the brigands at once. They should have been thankful for exile. It was a pardon. I will not be so forgiving next time. Let me see that letter.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Cíllan looks over the letter with sharp eyes. Really, Utred, I do not think you should make light of this threat. They have never poised themselves to attack our town, only to harry our lands and steal from the farmers. I do not like Eastmund's language, and I think we should heed Beriathan's word of warning. We should prepare to defend ourselves.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Defend ourselves? They will never attack us. Why not, you ask? Because we will ask them first, as we always do. Thank you, Beriathan, for your diligence, but you are to leave those brigands to me. If you wish to be of service, you may perform the patrol of the River Watch.
The Rohirrim are grateful for your aid.
I will think on the threats of the brigands, Beriathan, but in the meantime, I would ask you to perform the patrol of the Ford Watchtowers. We do this regularly, but I would like to keep my riders close, in case those fool brigands get into their empty heads to attack the town. I will welcome them with spears and arrows. Let them come. So of course, he is not taken lightly to the threats of the brigands. I mean, who would, right? So, let us remove this. It's confusing a little bit. These are the watchtowers that we'll need to scout, but I think that is a matter for another episode. Join me next time when we will go to the watchtowers and continue helping the people of Langhold. For the time being, this has been today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.